Shalom, family. Good to see you all here. Hope you're doing well. Well, we're going to get into a recent audio that was dropped by Candace Owens. And apparently, this is a meeting that Erika Kirk had with Turning Point USA employees. And this was 5 days after Charlie Kirk was pew-pewed. And she seems very giddy and happy for somebody that just lost her husband. So you're going to listen to the actual audio plus hear people's reaction after listening. And one thing I noticed when they brought Charlie's coffin back, Erica was there along with JD Vance and Ursha. And I also noticed Charlie Kirk's parents were there, and they weren't standing anywhere near her. I said, okay, I think I see something here. I don't think his parents liked her because the whole time when you see his coffin comes in and she's with JD Vance and Usha was standing with Erica, but his parents were kind of off and away from her. They weren't standing with her at all, was not even consoling her or nothing. I was like, oh, okay. I don't think his parents liked her. It's just a feeling I got. If you go back and look at that video, I don't think they're feeling her. All right. So let me go ahead and share my screen so we can get started. Please give me a 1 if you can see my screen. You know what I think they're doing, y'all? I think they see this, and I think even authorities see it, but because, she is this blonde-haired, blue-eyed white woman, I think they are purposely overlooking a lot of things. I really do. And I don't think they're gonna really do anything to her. This is just my opinion. It would have to be something massive coming out in order for them to look at her, or something that ties her to the shooter. Then I think then they will start investigating her. But as long as nothing really pertinent comes out, I don't think they're going to bother her. I really don't. I think her privilege is going to save her. All right, let's get started.
Hi, everybody. I still love all these emoji Zoom things. Wow. I don't even know where to begin. The fact that we were able to pull off an event of a century, like it's just insane. We had over 275,000 people that attended, and stadium overflow, Westgate, insane, you guys. And then you have, was it 100 million? You guys that heard the gospel and all about Charlie and all about everything that you guys do, and the hard work of Turning Point USA is insane. We had thousands that were registered to vote. I think we're at like over 200,000 for merch sales. Don't quote me on that because I think it just keeps like bumping up like crazy. But I just wanted to say a huge, huge, huge thank you to the events team, the development team, the graphic design team, the production team. It's just phenomenal. Their incredible work of leading into the memorial. And honestly, a lot of the staff that worked on the memorial, they had 20-hour days for a week during the time of us grieving the loss of my husband. And honestly, I know several staff that didn't even sleep. Again, you guys are breathing angels. And I'm so grateful for all of you. And obviously, a huge thank you to the Mosaic team. VI, you guys are 10 out of 10. Like, we have the most incredible team. We just do. And you guys know that. And you guys are all part of that. And I am so, so thankful. And if you do have a moment and you run into any of those staff members that you know had a role in this, and that they put a lot of their time and effort into it, just say thank you. There's something really special to be seen in moments like this. And it's not easy. I'm speaking from experience. I'm right in the trenches with you guys. And so the fact that you just, a simple thank you. I don't care if any of you have beef with each other from the past or have any issues with someone said something about this or that. Like, if you guys have any of that, please put it to rest. My husband's dead. Like, I'm not trying to be morbid, but he's dead. And it puts life into perspective of how short life is and relationships. And God puts people in your life for a reason. And it teaches you a lesson, it teaches them a lesson. So if you are going through a time where, just lay it to rest. And we are moving forward, Turning Point USA 2.0 with Charlie in our hearts. And that's what he would want. I'm just grateful that while things were still in motion and moving around, that we had our leadership teams provide for you counselors, pastors. I heard there were therapy dogs. Slightly jealous that I didn't get to have any moment with a therapy dog. Um, Breakfast. I was really adamant about making sure that we paid for your flights for your spouses to be there. That was something on my heart. And you don't want to grieve alone. No one's supposed to grieve alone. It's not healthy. But I just think it's a beautiful honor that all of these benefits were made for the community to grieve and remember Charlie. And I really hope you took advantage of those in a healthy way when they were provided, because it's meant to be for everyone for healing. Grief comes in waves. Um, some days are going to be tougher than others, but you know, take it as it comes. And that's why you have your Turning Point family, and just lean on them and lean on other people in your life that you know will help you and pour into you and pray with you to get you through it. I say that though, that if you do need more time to grieve, um, please continue to use um, Turning Point USA's network of counselors. We have pastors. I mean, there are so many resources for you. If you do need additional time off, please talk to your director about using paid time off for that. Um, and again, it's not easy, but again, grief is hard. Otherwise, honestly, Turning Point USA and Turning Point Action, full steam ahead, you guys. Charlie would want us to get back to work, and that's what we're doing. And that's what we did with the memorial. And I'm so honored and proud of each and every one of you, because that's what we're going to do in his honor and in his name. We have so much to do, which is exciting. Uh, Charlie in heaven is like, you guys thought you had a busy schedule, then just you wait. And he's doing some awesome things with Jesus in heaven right now. But there's so much work to be done. I mean, since his assassination, we have 100,000 chapter requests. We have 300,000 new donors. That is a blessing in itself. Again, not normal. All God. I think we have 50,000 plus hat orders to fulfill. I mean, I'm saying these numbers because it puts into perspective that we're not just sitting and thinking and looking at the wall being like, what do we do? Like that, there is so much to do. you have over 20,000 AmFest registrations. The prophetic mind of my husband was that he always planned for the future. You guys are obviously aware of like Vision 2025, but Charlie was also working on Vision 2030 in the weeks leading up to September 10th. And he was working really closely with Justin. And that's why Justin had been appointed the role of COO, because he was literally, I remember phone calls when Charlie and I would take our night walks, and it would be 10 o'clock at night. And him and Justin would just be talking about the plans. I was aware of the plans. I have his journals that are aware of the plans. Like, there is no confusion of what's to come. And I want to give you guys that reassurance that it's full steam ahead. And the board and I are working with Justin and the executive leadership teams to make sure that all of those plans come into effect 2030 and beyond. But I, again, am so grateful for all of you. I'm so proud of all of you. Um, you honor my husband so well. All of you do. And it's weird to say I'm excited. I really hesitate saying that. It's really hard for me to say that. It's a really weird thing to say, but I think it comes from a space of peace, knowing that God's using this and we're humbly witnessing the gospel in real time.
Bombshell evidence of just how this grieving widow, Erika Kirk, is not grieving.
Wow. I don't even know where to begin. The fact that we were able to pull off an event of a century, like, it's just insane. We had over 275,000 people that attended, and the stadium overflow, Westgate, insane, you guys. And then you have, it's 100 million. You guys that heard the gospel and all about Charlie and all about everything that you guys do and the hard work of Turning Point USA is insane. We had thousands that were registered to vote. I think we're at like over 200,000 for merch sales. Don't quote me on that because I think it just keeps like bumping up like crazy. But I just wanted to say a huge about to you, to the events team, the development team, the graphic design team, the production team. It's just phenomenal. We're doing incredible work leading into the memorial. And honestly, a lot of the staff that worked on the memorial, they had 20-hour days for a week during the time of us grieving the loss of my husband. And honestly, I know several staff that didn't even sleep. Again, you guys are breathing angels, and I'm so grateful for all of you.
So I keep waiting for the bombshell to drop and it doesn't happen. If anything, this audio makes Erika Kirk look like a saint. Context, because it's very important. This is at a staff meeting for Turning Point employees directly following the memorial for Charlie Kirk. A memorial that I want to remind you was record-breaking and historic, considering the fact that it was one of the largest gospel presentations ever given by public broadcast, possibly in U.S. history. So when she says that they last minute as an organization pulled off an event of the century, that's not an exaggeration or her being arrogant or prideful. That's just facts. The pearl clutching over the merch. I work for a church, and at the end of the day, you have to bring in money. And merch is one of the main ways that you can bring in money as a nonprofit. And so, yes, this is an important part of the conversation that she's having with employees, because that money is going to go back into the organization in order to be used for messaging and branding and events and debate tours and, candidates and the elections and all of the things that Turning Point has their hands in. It helps to continue her husband's legacy. And Erika is excited about this because it's one of the main things that she has pushed and has been consistent on from day one, is continuing her husband's legacy. And that money and that funding allows her to be able to do that. And then the next portion of this audio is her just being an amazing boss. Literally saying, I recognize the sacrifice that you guys have made to make this event happen. I recognize that many of you went without sleep to make this happen. And I am insanely grateful. And she literally calls them angels. And she's calling out each team by name and thanking them for all of their hard work and everything that they put into making this event a reality. So if someone wants to drop a comment letting me know how this makes Erika or Turning Point look bad, I would love to have that perspective, because from my point of view and where I'm sitting, this audio makes Erika and Turning Point look really dang good.
We're still only in the first month of the year, and y'all got me agreeing with Candace Owens. You cannot convince me that this woman was not involved in her husband getting clipped. I don't care what nobody says. After this, there's no way. Candace Owens released some audio from her podcast of what sounds like Erika celebrating everything that came out of her husband's memorial. And it definitely was not giving grieving widow.
We have 300,000 new donors. That is a blessing in itself. Again, not normal. All God. I think we have 50,000 plus hat orders to fulfill. It's weird to say I'm excited. I really hesitate saying that. It's really hard for me to say that. It's a really weird thing to say, but I think it comes from a space of peace.
Let me tell y'all something right now, okay? If they ever take me out, clean out, and y'all hear the person who is supposed to be my grieving widow sounding gleeful like this, sounding excited like this with not an ounce of grief in her voice, yeah, y'all better know who was responsible for it. And yes, I know we all grieve differently, but I'm trying to get to the part where she's grieving. I'm not seeing it. And maybe it's me, this feels like a business move. And also, Candace, what you and Charlie had going on? Tell the truth. Now that he, what y'all, because it seems like y'all might have been, you know what I'm saying, in an entanglement.
Ooh, Fred pick up the phone. Like, I woke up and on my FYP, Candace Owens was just laying it into Erika Kirk and the Turning Point USA team. And she leaked audio from 2 weeks after Charlie Kirk's death, right? They had that big memorial where they were charging and just selling merch and doing all of that. And it was 2 weeks after he was, you know what I'm saying? And so she gets on this call and she's like, we just raised so much money. She didn't say that, but she said that. 100 million and 200,000 from merch. Don't quote her on that. So she's going down the list of everything that they accomplished. She's thanking the people and she's like, I mean, I'm still moving forward because that's what Charlie would have wanted me to do. But if you want to take some PTO, to give yourself time to process, some of y'all have been working 20 hours a day, then I mean, I guess you can do that. But I'm moving along. 2 weeks. 2 weeks. Like, I just I don't feel like I would be able to form a coherent sentence after what happened to my husband, my husband. And so Candace Owens is releasing the audio. Now, I specifically remember a sit down between Candace and Erika. And I don't know if I missed it, if there was just so much going on where I didn't catch the clips from that. But what happened? Like, what happened? Candace isn't letting up. Okay. I've never been a fan of Candace, but I'm a fan of her attacks right now. Okay. So as always, I will be available to provide you with breaking good news to outweigh the bad. And yeah.
Most of us have our different opinions when it comes to Candace Owens. I mean, I've had some opinions. No, I don't like everything she says, but hey, when it comes to her and talking about this lady by the last name Kirk and the way that she's been grieving, not grieving, baby, I got to stand with Candace Owens on this because, honey, I ain't seen the lady grieve yet. And Candace leaked audio/video of that lady by the name of Kirk kikiing and cackalacking instead of not grieving for her husband. Again, I gotta agree with Candace on this. I ain't seen no grieving yet. It's kind of odd. No kinda, it's odd. It just makes you wonder. And I get people grieve different, but I just ain't seen no grieving from the lady. If anything, she seems more upbeat than sad and very odd.
Turning Point USA and Erika Kirk are in crisis mode right now after MAGA influencer Candace Owens leaked audio of Erika Kirk. This audio allegedly came from a staff meeting that Erika Kirk had with Turning Point USA team members 11 days after Charlie Kirk was killed. In the leaked audio, she's giggling and sharing how much merchandise they sold. But don't take my word for it. Let's listen together.
I don't even know where to begin. The fact that we were able to pull off an event of a century, like it's just insane. We had over 275,000 people that attended, and stadium overflow, Westgate, insane, you guys. And then you have, was it 100 million? We had thousands that were registered to vote. I think we're at like over 200,000 for merch sales. Don't quote me on that because I think it just keeps like bumping up like crazy.
Turning Point USA cult members are furious that Erika Kirk has been called a grifter, yet this audio seems to point to just that. Keep in mind that MAGA donated over $4 million to Charlie Kirk's memorial meant to support Erika and his 2 children. However, when he died, he was worth $11 million.
Yep, there you go.
Oh, look at all the thumbs up. Look how cute that is. Sorry, this is a little bit more informal than probably Charlie would be reacting. How sweet. I didn't know they could do that. I hate Zoom. You never like Zoom. Sorry, you guys. I just wanted to say first and foremost, my heart obviously is broken for you guys as much as it is for our family. You guys lost not only a boss, but someone that you looked up to, someone that you believed in his mission, that you also that you loved. You love listening to his show. If you guys do need anything, please reach out to whoever you know to reach out to us and pray with one another. Be there with one another. Be soft with one another. Everyone grieves differently. So if someone's acting weird, don't read into that. Weddings and funerals bring out the weirdest side in people. Just, anyone who's been married knows that. And so don't read into that. Just love on each other. Deep breaths. Usha, I just want to share this with you all. I asked her when we were on the tarmac. I said, I don't know how to get through this. And she said, you know, when you're on an airplane, and some of you have kids will really relate to this. Others that don't, you've been on a plane with kids, so you can also relate to this. But she said, when you're on an airplane and you're 15 minutes before landing, and the kids are going crazy, and you have 15 minutes left on the plane, and they're throwing their toys and they're screaming, and you're thinking to yourself, am I going to make it through these next 15 minutes? And then the plane lands. And Usha said, you're going to make it through those next 15 minutes. And then that was 15 minutes. And so I just want to share that with you because it was a very private moment. But it gave me some peace to know that we can just do this 10 minutes at a time. So if that means at work when you're feeling a little bit, stop, take those 15 minutes, and you'll be okay. We're all going to be okay. I love you guys. And we're going to make sure that we honor my husband so well that this whole world knows what his vision was and will be. And it's just, I feel so blessed and honored. Have a great meeting. Is there anything else that if you need that it's good? You guys will love this little film on the bridge. It's so cute. So smooth. God bless you all.
Blessed and honored. That is crazy work as adjectives. I mean, I don't really know what to say. Erika Kirk calling Charlie Kirk's funeral the event of the century in the new leaked audio that Candace Owens posted is crazy work. Candace Owens posted 2 recent videos. This is the first one where it was a joint call with her and everybody from TPUSA, I would imagine. And in it, Erika Kirk is talking about the merch sales, how many people turned out for the memorial, and how it was such a successful event. And then about an hour ago, she posted this, which appears to be the first time that on a TPUSA internal call, Erika Kirk was there. This was allegedly 5 days after Charlie Kirk was murdered. Everyone grieves differently. So if someone's acting weird, don't read into that. She later goes on to say that she feels so blessed and honored. Everybody grieves differently, but nobody grieves like this. Nobody's thinking about the merch numbers when their husband, the love of their life, so said, is dead. Except the girl who makes shirts before he's even in the ground. Remember I talked about this? Before the body's even buried, we've got a merch line. Of course, she's touting those damn merch numbers, but these calls are wild and you need to go watch them.
Okay. So that is what, happened. She's the only person I know that always got a tissue in her hand, dabbing her eyes, and you don't see nary tear. I have never, boy, I tell you what, she's up there with Susan Smith after her children were found dead in the back of a car, you know, always crying, but no tears are coming out. That's weird to me. And I did see some of the stuff y'all were saying. How is this doesn't further us as a community? It's news. News is not supposed to further you as a community. It's news, and that's the only way you look at it. It's news. When I do news stories every day, I don't look in those news stories to further me as a community. It's news. So anyway, yeah, I mean, look, we know what kind of person Charlie was, but can you imagine he was married to somebody even more calculating than he was? Because that's what it's turning out to be. Interesting how the people that get in front of our faces and talk bad about us, but when you really look at the grand scheme of things, they ain't living all that great themselves. I guess that saying misery loves company. Yeah, that's really true, especially in this case. I don't think things were going so well. And plus, not long after all that happened with Charlie, I was hearing some of their neighbors say they got into big shouting matches. You could be outside in front of their house and you could hear them shouting at each other. So I don't know, maybe the relationship was not as good as they were portraying it out in public. So, y'all, I'm going to go ahead and conclude. Thank you so much. Yeah, well, people get married for a lot of different reasons. And yeah, it could have been a business deal because I really believe that's what Donald Trump and Melania's union is. I think that's all business. I don't think love is there. And I don't think there is any love. I really don't. I think they do what they need to do in front of the public. But Melania lives in a whole separate mansion from Donald Trump down there in Florida. You don't live separately from your spouse if things are going well. So it is what it is. Thaddeus Peterson, thank you so much for the super sticker and support for my channel. I deeply appreciate it. So, everybody, thank you for being here. Deeply appreciated. Thank you for all your support. And I'm going to go ahead and conclude. I am going to be going live. I'm going to be doing live selling in a few minutes at 2:30. You can find the link in the community tab, but you'll be able to grab the hair growth butter 50% off. It's only going to be 50% off during the live stream. After the live stream is over, it goes back to regular price. So take advantage and grab it up. So I will see you. And I do have one more live coming up as well at 3:45. And this one will be on Nicki Minaj and Donald Trump coming together to do an event. So everybody, please enjoy your afternoon, and I will see you later. Shalom, family.